or the rantings of a lunatic. The opinions expressed are incendiary on Earth and capital offences in more civilized sectors of the galaxy. Furthermore, the advice given has been conceived in the mind of a man known to often speak uncomfortable truth and should be heeded at your own peril.
Okay, I guess. Fair enough. It's a little harsh, but fair enough. All right. So I'm Barry. I don't know. Some of you may know that. Some of you may not. But anyhow, I'm well, you heard the lady. Uncomfortable truths. We're here to talk about some uncomfortable truths. But first, we'll start with a little bit about me. As I said, I'm Barry. What qualifies me to be speaking these truths to you? Absolutely nothing I can think of. Except for I think about it a little bit. I've read a book or two. Who ain't? Right? But anyhow, I'm going to drop one. We're not here to review books, but I am going to drop a couple titles. And Russell Kirk's The Conservative Mind. If anyone is familiar, it's just, I highly recommend it. It's 1953, I want to say. I didn't write that down. I'm pretty sure that's right, 1953. But just, yeah, it's I'm not sure how you, like, we're not reviewing books. It's just that a world where a lot of conservative thoughts of mine, anyhow, have come from, and I think probably a lot of people, but anyhow, it's a really good book. I'm going to talk briefly about just a couple of my policy positions, give you a little feel for where I am. Let's talk about abortion. Life begins at conception. Killing babies is bad. You don't have to be a Bible thumper to see that. I'm not the world's most religious man, and I'm anti-killing babies. And I believe, as I said, life begins at conception. And what I know is these people, oh, it's just a clump of cells. If you found a cell on Mars, they would say, oh, there's life on Mars. So there you go, there's that. What is the other? Gender. There's two. If you have a vagina, you're a chick. And if you have a penis, you're a dude. Having said that, I mean, if you, there's just a lot of what I'm just strangeness, I'm going to refer to it as out there. And if your name is Steve today and I see you tomorrow and all of a sudden you decided you want to be Stephanie, that's fine, you know, it ain't, I'll call you Stephanie. People take nicknames. But what I won't do is I won't pretend you're a chick. I won't call you her, she, they. You're not multiple people. You're just one person. It's so stupid. But so yeah, I won't do that. And that kind of goes to where I'm headed, which is the Marxism, because they have to control your words and whatnot. Like, we have freedom of speech, and that's a big impediment for these Marxists to come in, as we've really let them get a lot bigger foothold than I ever dreamed would have been possible here in America. So anyhow, but yeah, there's that. Let's see, I had another one. What was the other one? Where'd my notes? Oh yeah, the war on drugs. It's over. Stick a fork in it. It's just stupid. Drugs won. They kicked our ass. All right. And I know what I look like. I'm not a big drug head though. I like to drink beer. Don't get me wrong. But no puedes juzgar un libro por su portada. You can't judge a book by its cover. But anyhow, it doesn't matter, because what we know is the first men. We have the recipes. You know, the thousands of year old beer recipes and whatnot. When the first men stood up and looked around, the first thing they said to themselves was, there's got to be something to get high on here. And so, you're not going to stop it. And it pains me to think that another penny of my tax money is ever spent kicking that particular dead horse. So, but anyhow, that's just a couple of, I guess my policy positions, you could say, you know, and where I'm at on it. And, there's one more, the gay pride thing. Look, I have gay friends. I don't care. Nobody cares what you do, but when you go marching around with a dildo visor, it just makes me want to punch you in the fucking face. God damn, come on, quit it. Just quit it. Keep that at home where it belongs. Oh yeah, one more thing. Warning, there might be some foul language here. Just FYI. So anywho, we're moving on along, and I'm trying to move fast because I've got a lot of things wrote down here, and I don't want to make a 30-minute long video. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I meant to. I'm a little nervous. Bear with me here. This is my very first ever video, and it's been on my mind. I'm going to kind of get to why here in a minute, I guess I'm getting there now, because one of the main reasons that it's really been on my mind is that I'm hearing a lot of poo-pooing going around about what's happening out there, and we're losing, and we're not losing, we're winning. And what you're witnessing are the death throes of these people. They get a lot of media attention out there, and they're not going to die quietly. I'm being hyperbolic right there now, YouTube. But anyhow, they just get a lot of media attention, and this silent majority thing is kind of, they're right, but what they're wrong though is that scared. We're not scared, but cultural Marxism. All right. Let me take one more note. Where we at here? All right. Cultural Marxism. BLM. This is not about Black Lives Matter, people. These are cultural Marxists, and they couldn't give a shit less about black lives. And when these people start screaming racist, right here, when somebody says racist, when you know you're not a racist, and you just present your case to them, and they say, oh, you're just a big fat racist, say, fuck you, eat a dick. Fuck you, these people are too stupid to debate, and they're not worth your time. But don't concede ground. Don't explain to them why you're not. If you take one single step backwards, they're like a pack of hyenas. They'd be on your ass. So don't ever back up to these people. That's the correct answer. When somebody says, oh, you're a racist, and you're not. Like, if you're a racist, then that's not good. So I don't condone that at all. But that's the correct answer. You're a racist, fuck you. But how do you get through to some of these people that are supporting them, because they can't all, I just can't believe that all of them are communists. I don't think these are all full-blown communists, and I don't think they understand what happens when the communists come in. You talk about the purges, I don't know, we might get there, I'm not, but you got the people that are supporting Black Lives Matter. I should have put my thoughts together a little better, I'm rushing, but I guess but to me they fall under like a few categories. You're either if you're supporting Black Lives Matter at this point, then you're a full-blown communist. And that means you're beneath contempt, and you just got to go. There's no room for communism here. But there's B. You could just be that stupid. I mean, and it's possible. But if you're supporting them and you're not a communist, you could be borderline retarded, and you definitely shouldn't be handling sharp objects for your own safety. But there's the last option, and this is the one. And these are the people. I don't know how we reach them, but the ones I'm trying to reach are these people. And these are the people that are just ill-informed. And I know that there's a lot of them out there that these people exist. And there's got to be some. I know some people, when you throw a fact at them, they're, oh, you're a racist. That's what you say to that. But anyhow, there's some of these people, if you can get the information in front of them, are going to see it and open their eyes and come around. But I just don't know how you do that, because at this point, if you're supporting this organization and you haven't been there, if go there and read their mission statement. These are communists. It's not about black people. It's about transgenders, destroying the nuclear family. I'm going to get to that. Destroying the nuclear family. That's what these people are. They couldn't give a shit less about a black person. But and really, it doesn't just go for BLM. If you're supporting it, I don't give it. If it's the society to stop the kicking of puppies. If you're supporting this society, if you haven't went there and read their mission statement, then you're fucking stupid. Goddamn, quit just jumping on board with everything that's got a pretty name. Anyhow, all right. So I've been looking for a way, and I'm open to suggestions. If anybody's got anything out there, just feel free to come at me. As far as that goes, feeling free to come at me. If you debate, if you want to discuss, debate, whatever you want to call it, anything that I say, I'm willing to do that. But if you come at me and you're like, you're just a big fat racist, all right, there, that's what I got to say to that. But I want to talk about how Black Lives Matter started for just a minute. And it started on a lie. Michael Brown is just another dead thug. The Eric Garner thing, was that right before or right after? Right around that time. That was a terrible thing, and everybody said so. What happened to George Floyd and kicked off these current riots, because these ain't no protest. If you're out there while riots are happening, you're running cover for them. I don't give a shit if you're just standing there holding a sign. You're a rioter. But George Kirby, everybody, George Floyd, everybody was on the same side there, you know. And then these people just went insane, but they were provoked to go insane by Soros money. And wow, there's just so much. I can make this about 3 hour long video. I'm not going to. I'm gonna try not to anyhow. But let's talk about how it started. This police brutality and whatnot. Is there police brutality? Of course there is. But what most people, I'm sure, are unaware of is that in 2019, there were 15 unarmed blacks killed by police. Keeping in mind now that unarmed does not equal not dangerous, right? I mean, so these are some of these people that attempted to run over police in vehicles, went for a gun. If you're going for a cop's gun, if you're going for my gun, I gotta shoot you. But anyhow, but 15 unarmed blacks, 25 unarmed whites. Did you know that? 25 unarmed whites in that same span of time killed. How many of them names do you know? Not one. You gotta wonder why. I mean, why won't the media talk about that? They're so upset about police brutality. Is it only when it happens to blacks? And now I'll grant you this. The only way to look at numbers fairly is per capita. And per capita, you know, by population, per 100,000, you got 15 unarmed blacks and 25 unarmed whites. You would expect to see more like 35, something in that neighborhood. I'm not a mathematician, I'm a philosopher. But anyhow, you would expect to see more, you know, around 35 or so. But you don't, and you got to ask yourself why. And the why of it is that doesn't take into account police encounters. And police encounters are happening where the crime's happening, and not every crime is a police brutality crime, right? Right. You got crime, black on black, white on white, white on black, black on white. Did you know that a white person is 80 times more likely to be the victim of a violent attack? And these are numbers, by the way. Any numbers that I spit out, these numbers that I've got here in my hand, that I'm fixing to read to you, are sourced via, these are from the FBI.gov website. And FBI chart table 21A is the only source that I can find that breaks down violent crime, and crime in general, any crime, that actually breaks it down by race. If there's another source out there, I'm unaware of it. But FBI.gov is where these numbers have come from. And so we've decided that I'm going to put them together because I don't see why. I wish we could come together. I don't want that. Divide and conquer. The Chinese understood this tactic, and I know everybody out there does, but yet people just fall prey to it so easily. Thousands of years ago, the Chinese understood this divide and conquer. What they know is if Americans, white, black, yellow, whoever you are, if they stand together, we're just an unstoppable force, and they know that, and that's why they have to drive a wedge between us. But anyhow, the numbers. You've got so we've got 40 unarmed people killed in America. But, and that's 15 black, 25 white. But did you know that we had 48 police officers? Well, way more police officers actually died now on duty. But these are what they call in felonious acts, is the FBI's words. So, which is actually, and that's 48 in 2019, which is down from the 56 in 2018. And these break down like this. There's 15 investigative. And by that, they're saying traffic stops, broken windows, which was investigative. It's traffic stops, broken window investigation. So cops riding by and he sees a broken window out of a warehouse or whatever. Suspicious vehicles, a car parked in an alley late at 2 o'clock in the morning. He stops to investigate. So you got 15 investigative. 4, crime in progress. I imagine, they don't actually break it down, just so I imagine you're talking about mostly robberies, muggings, and whatnot. 3, an arrest situation. Now, they actually break this down a little bit. And what this means is attempting to cuff. You've made contact. Okay, sir, you're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back for me. He begins to fight, and the cop ends up dead. So 3 there. 9, in tactical. That's this tactical they describe as a hostage warrant service. So, I mean, there you have it. That's pretty self-explanatory, I suppose. 5, and these are the shockers, unprovoked attacks. And these are the police officers who are shot sitting at lunch or, just parked in a patrol car and somebody, what, can you see why maybe they're just a little edgy? So you got 5, 2 ambushed in foot pursuit. And so this is, again, they don't spell it out. This is me deducing. Someone's got out in front of them, found a little hiding spot, cop comes through. So anyhow, there you have it. It breaks down like, this was kind of interesting, I thought. There was a breakdown, and I'm not sure where I laid it. Here it is. All right, it breaks down too on the police officers by male, female, white, black. So of the 48, there were 45 male and 3 female. 40 of the slain officers were white, 7 were black, and one Asian. And the reason the ambush, I brought up the parked car, if you'll recall, I believe it was an Asian officer that was murdered in a car sometime. I don't remember exactly when, but I do remember an Asian name of one being on the news. So anyhow, I thought the breakdown there was kind of interesting too. But it's real simple. If you're pulled over by the police, just keep your hands on the steering wheel. Say yes sir, no sir. Everybody goes home. Goddamn, don't you go, what the hell you stop? You know what he stopped you for? You were speeding, you fucking idiot. Goddamn. Oh my God, these people are killing me. Killing me. All right, I want to get to, I know I've been going on a little bit. I want to get to why what's really brought me out here. Afraid. The silent majority, I've been hearing here talk lately, they said, afraid. These people are afraid to speak their mind. We're not afraid. I'm going to use we a lot, and if you're part of that we, you know it. If you ain't, then whatever. But we ain't afraid. I damn sure ain't afraid. But we're busy. I had to go to work. Shit, I ain't got, and I didn't think anybody much cared to hear what I got, and they still may not care what I got to say, but I'm going to say it anyhow just because I'm not afraid. But I've got this picture here, and this old picture, I posted it, and when I did, I said that gave up. That always bothered me. This is a little league team of mine. I was about 10 years old there. That's me in the middle there. And it says, points scored. We were 10-0. Points scored, 310. Points gave up, 19. That always bothered me. Now, gave up. I ain't gave up shit, and I ain't giving up my damn country either. So, but yeah, we're not afraid. Although, I got one little short clip here I want to show you. Let's see. Let me get to it. This is short. All right. So, afraid. Apparently, some people are thinking that maybe we're afraid. Here, let's just take one little quick look at this, and we'll discuss.
I don't see no white militia. So to the boogie boys, the 3%ers, and all the rest of you scared ass rednecks, we here. Where the fuck you at? We in your house.
Come again.
NFAC, motherfucker.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
I just shot my...
Ha! You can't make this shit up. Come on now. But that was the NFAC, real scary, marching around with their little 22 calibers. Okay, all right, whatever. That's a squirrel gun, dummy. What you gonna do with that? But anyhow, that was in Louisville, Kentucky, and he's in the middle of the street. What's he calling for? Where are you at? He's calling for bloodshed, man. It's still my hope that this can be voted out. We can do this in the voting polls, but what we know, what history has taught us, is that political differences are not always contained by a ballot box. And I just don't know what to do. I know what to do. I'm just hoping that it doesn't come to doing it. Greater minds than I hope, can settle it down, because I'm just kind of waiting on the order. And if the order comes, the cities aren't burning down. There's blocks of them burning down. And there ain't nothing I can see burning down. It's just craziness. What is wrong with these people? He calls out the 3%ers. I bet you most of you had never heard of the 3%ers. I'm fairly well of them because, I kind of keep up with the militias and whatnot. But most people had never heard of them. Why? Why would he do them? All right. I don't want to go there really too much, but But this guy is openly calling it. I can only imagine for bloodshed. But what are they going? What happens when the communists take over? What do they think is going to become? Do they think that George Soros has a big love for anything American? When you get right down to it, for that matter, all he cares about is the land that we occupy. It's what these people want right now. White, black, all alike. We got to go. Everybody's familiar with the purge. Are you familiar with the concept of it in the context of communism? Because it has to happen. It happens every time. Stalin. The numbers vary depending on on your source where you read, but from 800,000 to 1.5 million, and these people were a lot of them were not even political dissidents. These are people that really agreed with him politically, but he wanted their property, the power. That was Mao's big thing. Teachers, entertainers, anybody with any kind of following. So this dude in the middle of the street that's got his little 200 or 300 person, and how are these people getting around? I mean, these big charter. This is George Soros money. This is not. This is a grassroots kind of thing happening here, and I just don't know. How do we reach these people? I guess is what I'm wondering, and I don't know. Well, I just don't know. How do we do it? I just don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up right there. And I got a lot more things I want to say. I might make another video. I just don't know. But peace out. I hope you enjoy. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Everybody says this is the first one I ever made. Like, share, subscribe. All right. Peace out.